Order of operations, PEMDAS, with 2 steps. What are they? The rules that say which calculation comes first in an expression. Why? Because it guarantees that people can all read and solve a problem in the same way. Interesting fact, octopuses have 2 eyes and a globe-shaped head or mantle, off which protrude 8 long limbs called tentacles that have 2 rows of sucker senses. Let's talk about what each letter stands for in PEMDAS. P for parentheses, E for exponents, which include powers, exponents, and square roots, M for multiply, D for divide, A for add, and S for subtract. Now let's take a look at the examples we're going to look at. Before we do that, let's take a look at the left side of the screen and see how PEMDAS is written. We have parentheses on top, below that is exponents, below that we have multiply and divide on the same row, and below that we have add and subtract on the same row as well. Now why are multiply and divide on the same row as well as add and subtract? Well, both of those are inverses, so the inverse of multiply is divide and the inverse of add is subtract. So it doesn't matter the order. When we see only multiplication and division, we're going to read it from left to right, as well as if we only see addition and subtraction, we're going to read it from left to right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first example. We have 14 minus the parentheses of 13 minus 4. So the first step is to take a look at the parentheses. So now we're going to go ahead and subtract 13 minus 4, which is 9. And then we do 14 minus 9, which is 5. And that is your answer. Now let's go ahead and take a look at example 2. We have the parentheses of 9 minus 5 times 6. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that first step. We're going to go ahead and highlight 9 minus 5. And we're going to subtract 9 minus 5, which is 4. And then now we're going to go ahead and do 4 times 6, which is 24. And that is your answer. Now let's go ahead and take a look at example 3. We have parentheses in this question because we have 3 times the parentheses of 2 plus 9. So we're going to go ahead and focus on the parentheses first because that's the first step. And then we're going to add those 2 numbers together. 2 plus 9 is 11. And now we're going to go ahead and multiply those 2 numbers, 3 times 11, which gives me 33. And that is your answer. Now let's go ahead and take a look at example 4. We have the parentheses of 24 minus 6 in parentheses divided by 3. So we're going to highlight the parentheses because that's the first step. 24 minus 6 is 18. And then now we're going to go ahead and divide 18 divided by 3, which is 6. And that is your answer. Now let's take a look at example 5. So we have 22 divided by the parentheses of 4 minus 2 in parentheses. So once again, we're going to take a look at the parentheses and we're going to go ahead and subtract 4 minus 2, which is 2. And now we can go ahead and do 22 divided by 2, which is 11. And that is your answer. So now we can go ahead and give you the chance to go ahead and do it. So go ahead and pause the video so you can take your time to answer these questions. And I will show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. Here they are. If you got them correct, well done. If not, there's always tomorrow.